The next story that this is just a crazy story, man. Ben Affleck 2.0 is over. It's over. It's done.
Right.
So unbelievable. Well, it's actually not unbelievable, right? You know, Jennifer, she filed for divorce from Ben Affleck. It is over. You know, it's a shame because they were together 20 years ago, right? And J-Lo and Ben loved each other. Well, I guess they loved each other, but anyway, they was in a hot romance 20 years ago. He basically got cold feet, pulled out of it, and they reunited 20 years later, right? They got married 2 years ago, right? First a private wedding, then a big extravagant wedding again, right? So, you know, that was a great thing to see because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, the love didn't work in the first place." But it's so good to see they got back together and they're married again. Oh, isn't love grand? Right. Well, not so much, Kay. She filed for divorce and it is over after 2 short years. And she really stuck it to him because she filed for divorce on the 2-year anniversary of their wedding date. Right. 2-year anniversary. Now, everyone was speculating way before this happened this past week that it was over because he wasn't with her on her 55th birthday. Right. She was spotted with him on his 52nd birthday recently, but for a very short time, and that was it. So they was keeping up this facade for all of us, for the public. I don't know why. That was the big deal. The crazy thing about we saw signs, you know, he moved out of their home, their house that they bought together is it's up for sale right now. So everybody, a lot of times she was spotted out and him too, not with their wedding rings on. So it wasn't a big surprise for a lot of people. But the crazy part about it is that they don't have no prenup.
Right.
No prenup, which is crazy because everybody is seeing Jennifer Lopez's record, right? It's not such a great... I believe she's been married about 5 times already. All right, so where's the common denominator here? I don't know. It's been told that obviously Ben Affleck is a big Hollywood actor, director, producer, all of that good stuff, but he's not really Hollywood. And it's been said that he's not really used to her Hollywood lifestyle. The crazy thing is, he should know this about her already, right? He's Hollywood, but he ain't really Hollywood like she is. Right. So I guess my question to you is, why do you think that the marriage didn't work out again, especially since they reunited after 20 years and they're older now, more mature. They actually have children, right? So everyone, we thought they was in a better place. So why do you think the marriage didn't work again 20 years later, since they already knew all each other's faults or whatever, and they said, okay, let's give it a second shot? And why don't you think that they signed a prenup, especially on Ben's side, knowing that J-Lo's been through many of divorces in the past? What do you think about those two situations?
So the first part, why don't I think it worked? Listen, they probably, despite the fact that they were together 20 years prior, they're probably the same people, which means it's probably for the same reason why it didn't work in the first place, right? Lord knows I have no insight, but when I heard about them getting back together, marriage, I never felt like it was going to last. It just never felt right. You know what I mean? It didn't feel right the first time, didn't feel right the second time. It's amazing to me that those two didn't see it. I think that they genuinely care about each other.
You think they love each other?
Yeah, I think they love each other. But what the hell does that have to do with marrying one another, right?
So love has nothing to do with it.
Nah, and love doesn't have anything to do with it. We've got to coexist. We need to get along, right? The lifestyle I want to live has to mirror or kind of work into the lifestyle that you want to live, right? Or somewhere in the middle. That's where that part it just seems to be disjointed, right? And that part of it just isn't working out. It's just kind of what you said about the whole Hollywood thing, right? To where it feels like maybe Ben works in Hollywood, right? But he's not a Hollywood guy, right? So I think there's some of that. So I'm not sure what that is, but it stinks to holy hell.
Yeah.
Now, messy, bruh. Like the prenup part.
Yeah, what? Yo,
Yeah, I don't. But see, that to me is some more of that in love. I don't care. Throw caution to the wind. We're going to be together forever. Can I say, F that, right? You don't do that, and so I'm not sure why. I mean, maybe there's a narrative around where it feels like, or it sounds like, Jennifer's angry, right? And it's interesting to see that or hear that narrative, considering
definitely angry.
Considering it doesn't appear like there's any third party issues. Like, it's not like Ben was with another woman. It just sounds like he just didn't want that, right? They just want the same things. So I think that to me says, what I take from that is Jennifer was really into this, was really into it, probably really believed it, right? Thus, there's no prenup, right? Into the relationship. It felt right. It was fairy tale like. We together 20 years ago. It didn't work out. Oh, it's going to work now. Like, it was Hollywood script, if we can pull from that. And this had to be it. That's my real soulmate. The fact that we made our way back to one another. And so the fact that it doesn't work out, you're in your late 50s, it feels like this one's a bit more of a gut punch. The other thing is so the other part when you mentioned that she didn't present a prenup, I thought it was also interesting.
Well, none of them. Like, I can't believe none of them brought that to each other.
But she's worth more. I guess that's the reason why I tend to lean.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's worth more.
Okay.
She's actually worth more than he is. So I guess maybe that's why I kind of lean that way.
Okay.
The other part is, I don't know if you heard this, but they said that she filed.
Yeah, she did.
The didn't get a lawyer to do that either. So no lawyer.
Well, usually women do file.
I'm saying my understanding is that she did not even get a lawyer to do. Not that she didn't hire. Not that she hired the lawyer.
Right.
That she did it.
Okay.
Right. So you didn't hire a lawyer to do the prenuptial agreement.
Right.
You didn't hire a lawyer to file.
Right.
Like, I feel like
she's a boss.
I feel like we're missing. There's another story here. Something else is going on.
Okay.
So I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, why is this anti-legal thing with her? Which I thought was interesting as well too.
Yeah.
So listen, I am watching this one, looking at this one, and it's funny because these are the stories where I typically don't lean in, don't get into. It just doesn't capture the imagination for me. I'm all in on this one. For some reason, man.
Why?
I don't know.
J-Lo?
It draws me in. This particular one.
Right.
For some reason.
Because of their history, you think?
Maybe it's the history. Maybe it's because of who they are. Like, I just want to know, like, how is this one going to play out, right?
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah, I think it's probably because of the history, and I think that Ben probably felt a little guilty of what he did to her over 20 years ago, where he didn't technically leave her at the altar, but it felt like that to her. She was all in love. He was in love. I heard his mother didn't love her, didn't like her. He got cold feet, whatever it was. But I feel like he felt really guilty. And I do believe that they do have a love for each other. And like you were saying earlier, love is not going to carry you through the trials and tribulations of the relationship. But they do have that for each other. But you think when they were younger, okay, yeah, we understood, they couldn't work out because other things couldn't work out. But you feel like 20 years later, once they got back together when they became adults, they're smarter. There's children involved, that blended families together. You would think that they would have said, you know what, let's make this work. And I do believe they actually did think it was going to work because of that love.
Jay, how does it go bad so fast? How do you get married, buy homes together, and then within 2 years you're done? Like,
he felt forced.
But do you not? Do you believe that you don't see signs? Or you see signs and you say, I don't care, I see the signs. You go forward with them.
They had to see. In the beginning when they first got back together, you get that little, honeymoon phase where they're a little bit blind. But I think shortly after, they started to see the signs. But he was too deep into the second Bennifer 2.0 to back out again. There's no way. He could not back out again on her. She would literally just castrate his ass. Lorena Bobbitt 2.0.
So you think he saw signs before the marriage?
Yeah,
even before the marriage.
He did, but it was too late because of what he did to her 20 years ago. He couldn't do again. He couldn't do it to her again. And I know what you're thinking and what you're saying. Yeah, but that's stupid, bro. Like, you wanted this to happen again?
But if that's the case, then right?
Yeah.
And I love where you're going with this.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, if you're going to stick it through for the wedding, then how do you not stick it through after the wedding? We're saying two years, but there's been erosion even before the 2 years, like a year ago, right? Like this thing's been eroding for a while. So it just seemed to happen so fast. This was a bottle rocket, just shot up, exploded, and just peppered out and faded into the darkness immediately.
Yeah, right? I think the first relationship was longer than Bennifer 2.0.
Absolutely.
Right, it was. So
that's the part that just trips me out. That how did we get here so fast? You had to have seen signs, those things. It's just bizarre to me, and maybe that's part of the reason why I said I'm kind of getting sucked in a little bit to this. As much as it's like a train wreck to me, I can't look away.
No,
I want to look away and keep moving, but I can't. I'm just like, what the hell's going on?
But when you say they can't stick it, when you're asking why didn't they stick it out? Well, it was one person. I mean, she filed. You don't really see men filing for divorce many times. I think what's his name did it against my girl Megan Good. He filed. So when a man files for divorce, oh shit, you know there's something wrong with that woman because men don't typically file. Right. So the reason it didn't work out is because of Jennifer Lopez. That's why she filed.
Yeah. I get it. I guess it's a head scratcher.
Maybe he would have stayed. I mean, I don't know, but then again, he moved out.
No, may have been told to move out. I don't know, but that's a good point. Like maybe he would have stayed. Maybe he could have stayed in this coexistence to where it's like, no, I don't want to go to that red carpet event. Go by yourself, and or he just wanted to go down to the pub and have a beer, with the fellas and watch a Red Sox game or something like that. He's a big Massachusetts Boston guy.
Yeah.
So and maybe that's not who or what she is. So I don't know. It's so interesting. But I go back to what I said originally. It never felt like it was right.
You didn't think it was going to last.
Even 2.0, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, you didn't think it was
like, going to last. I didn't. I got no insight. It was just a vibe I felt from the universe, man. Like, it was like, whoa. I was more surprised her and Alex didn't work. Right. And I know
No, he cheated allegedly.
Right. I know. Yeah. And I know the world's going to come after us. The internet's going to come after us.
What are they coming after us for?
Well, just because we seem to be targeting her because, like you said, she's the
common denominator.
She's the common denominator, many of these, although her other partners and people she's been married with have also had multiple relationships that didn't work out, but we tend to focus on her. It is what it is.
She's usually the one filing, I believe.
Well, and also, I think it's fair to say that she's also been the bigger celebrity.
She has
in those
been
relationships too. So
she's always the bigger celebrity, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that she has filed each and every time. So when we kind of say when we're leaning towards her, it's because she's the one who's always filing.
Right.
I guess we could have given the last one to Ben because he had cold feet. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, I thought they were going to work just because after 20 years, I thought they were older and more mature. The blended families, I thought it was going to work, but I guess I was wrong.
Right. Yeah. Oh, well.
Well, listen, man. On to the next. On to the next. J-Lo and Ben, on to the next.